everybody, it is Quicken, and today I want to share some of my tips with you on how to style for cold weather. So in Philadelphia, where I live, it has been freezing cold, it has been snowing, but I still find that I have places to be, people to meet for the first time. I want to hang out, I want to get out of the house, and I feel like getting ready and still looking cute and like considerate can be pretty difficult, especially if you have a runny nose, if you have longer hair, different things like that. I have very watery eyes. If you're anything like me and just going outside is difficult, I wanted to share with you some of my cold weather tips and show you how I put together this cold weather look. I'm actually going out later tonight, so I'm meeting some people for the very first time, and although I will be freezing, I think I will make a good impression. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to complete this look. Okay, so let's get started on this cold weather get ready with me. So later today we are actually going to be going to like an indoor skate park, but I think it's just like a big concrete bowl, so I think it's still gonna be pretty cold. It has been snowing and freezing, like literally freezing outside, so I'm just gonna show you some of the stuff that I do to like still be cute and presentable while you're freezing cold and in a giant jacket. So the first thing I like to do, and this is just like one of my little secrets, is to apply perfume. So I just got out of the shower, but if it's been a little while, you can always kind of mist yourself just to, I don't know, someone said that like when you get out of the shower and your pores are still open and stuff, your perfume like will absorb into your skin better. So this is just mist, like this is just water. And what I'm going to do is apply some perfume if you don't have a stuffy nose. Scent can be something that it can speak louder than you can, and I feel like if you see someone and you give them a hug and you kind of like let that scent come out of you, I feel like it's romantic and special, but still something that can, I don't know, like take you to the next level. And I know like perfume isn't for everybody, so I picked out some really subtle, like interesting scents from Scentbird that I'm going to be sharing with you. If you're not aware of Scentbird, Scentbird is a subscription fragrance. They so kindly partnered with me for this video. I wanted to add fragrance to my holiday get ready with me, and the only reason I didn't do that is because my grandparents are sensitive to fragrance, but I do feel like fragrance is great, especially for like a holiday look. So I'm happy to bring it to you here because like in the winter, I do love to play with fragrances. So if you don't know about Scentbird, so you can pick from over 450 perfume and colognes in their database, and what you do is you will pick one, and then every month you get a little guy like this. And what's really cute about this is it twists up and you can see the little perfume comes out of there. But every month you can kind of just take your fingers like this and tug on it, and this is your perfume. So the one I have here is MALIN+GOETZ, and this is Bergamot. What I enjoyed about Scentbird is, although that they have a ton of bigger brands like Tom Ford and Gucci, they also had a lot of indie brands, and it was really easy to find the cruelty-free status of these perfumes. So describing perfume isn't one of my strong points. I can describe coffee very well, but notes of perfume, still difficult. And then the other one I have is Tocca, and this is, does this say lemon? And the one I'll be wearing today is Bergamot. So I really like Bergamot. I think it's a very aromatic, just like a beautiful fragrance that is very natural and sophisticated. So I'm going to be wearing this today. And you can see from the size of this, it's a pretty decent size. Like here is the size of like a standard Sephora little sample. It's more along the lines of like the size of a roller ball. So I think that's really great. If you watched my video about like things I buy from the drugstore, I actually do like working in smaller quantities like this. I think it helps me appreciate it a little bit more. So that's what I like. So we've been talking for a little while, so we remissed ourselves. I love that. It's very natural, and I feel like mature, so I think it'll be cool. I want to make a good impression at the skate park as John's lady. So while that's just like setting in, I'm going to be putting on some primer, and this is the Hydra Touch Primer by NYX. I want something that's very moisture, like locking in, because, you know, when my face gets cold, I feel like it gets dry and I just want to lock everything in. So I'm just taking a little bit on my hand and I'm going to press it in my face. I'll have everything for Scentbird linked down below. You can use my coupon code for 30% off, making your first order just $10. All of that will be linked down below as well. So while I am letting my primer kind of sink into my skin, I am going to change into my sweater. It is so much easier to put the turtleneck on first than after, and you have to like do the thing with your hands where you gently bring it over your head. So we're just gonna change into that right now. No matter what I do to my lips, they're just like this. I wear chapstick all day, I swear. I use lip scrubs, they're just chapped. So I'm going to start off with a Shea Butter lip balm from Pixi. It has a little bit of color to it. And I actually picked this up from Target the other day. It was on sale. And I'm just going to prep my lips with this so it can sit on while I'm doing my makeup. It does have a little bit of a tint to it, which is great to pack in your bag when you're going somewhere. So next I'm just going to spray some makeup fixing mist on this Real Techniques brush. I'm going to make sure I actually do it. And the first thing I'm going to do is color correct, and I'm going to go in with a yellow color correction concealer and just go under my under eyes. I do this, I use yellow to cancel out any of the dark purple under my eyes. My under eyes are pretty dark, something I'm kind of sad about, so that's what I use. I just feel like the veins and stuff under my eyes are pretty present, so this kind of helps chill them out. This is just a big zit. So going in with my damp Real Techniques brush, I'm just tapping that in. Next, using the same brush, I'm going to go in with my NYX BB cream and just put it on the brush a little bit. This isn't going to give us a ton of coverage at all, but I feel like unless you're having a pretty bad breakout, if it's not something you can't conceal, I like to use just a light BB cream. In the winter, I'll kind of like pack things on, but for today I'm kind of just going to give myself a clean canvas to work with, just a little bit of BB cream. But I do want to try the Wet n Wild foundation that everyone's been talking about. So you can always layer your baby BB cream if you want it to be a little stronger. I'm just putting on like another little bit. So I'll show you how I'm going to conceal normally, and then I will show you a little trick. Concealing my under eye, then concealing some redness I have. So the next thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of a trick if you have a runny nose or you are wiping at your face a lot. This happens to me all the time, but mostly in the winter. So I'm going to be taking some eyeshadow base and just going in with a little brush. I'm just going to be going around my nose. A lot of where the makeup comes off my nose is right here in the nostril opening. So after you look like an inverse deer Instagram costume, you can blend that in. It is a little, thick. If you need to spray your brush, do it safely. So once your nose is all caked, you can go in with some powder and then just set your nose. You can set the rest of the face as well. Especially if you covered up any blemishes, you'll want to set that. So I am going to contour my cheeks. And then just taking whatever product is on the brush, and just bringing it up to the forehead. And then I'm going to set that with some Hourglass Ambient Light, and just the darkest color is a great match for me. Our next step, and this is a product I've really been liking, and this is Pixi Sheer Cheek Gel, and this is in the color Flushed. You don't need a lot of this, but I really do like this because once it's on, it is on kind of just like any sort of lip tint. I really like products like this, especially for long wear or cold wear. So really you only need a little bit of product, very little. Give myself a smile. Okay, I took too much on my finger, so just using my other fingers to help me out here a little bit. You can see that's a pretty natural flush. I'm into it. And I mean, you can bring that product onto your lips as well. I recently cut my grandmom's hair, and the only makeup I styled her with was this product, and I put it on her cheeks and her lips. So I think it's good for pale to darker complexions as well. It looks really pretty on her. Moving on to eyebrows, I haven't been doing much of anything different. I just use the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. And I had recently switched colors. I'm using ash brown now. So I'm just going to do my eyebrows really quickly. So after I fill in my eyebrows, I just blend them out with a spoolie and I comb them up, and I keep them styled up. And then if they're too blocky in the front, I just take my fingers and blend them by pushing that product. And I feel like that makes them look a little smoother. And then I'll just set them in place with some clear brow gel. I've been playing with a tinted brow gel that is not in here right now, but I like that more if I'm doing like no makeup. If you want to see my no makeup routine, definitely let me know if you're interested in the comments. So for my eyes, I'm really just going to put a sweep of like a neutral shimmer across my eyes, and this is the Dream Big by Tarte palette. And I recently fixed this shade terribly. I was at my grandparents' house, and I don't know, this is what it ended up looking like after I pressed it back into place, but I didn't want to lose it. So I applied that with my fingers, but I am going to just smooth it down with a brush and just carry whatever is left over. And this is because my eyes are really, really watery, especially in the winter. If like a cold burst of air will hit me, my eyes will just water, and they won't stop. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just put on some mascara. Okay, I have brushed my lips again. And now I'm just going to be using a lip liner that is pretty close to the color of my natural lips. This is Peekaboo Neutral by NYX, and I'm overlining a little bit. I liked having big lips, and then I stopped like having big lips, and now I like faking like I have big lips and then making them look smaller. I like what I like. Next, I am going to take the cheek tint and just put that right in the center of my lip. I just feel like tint is the best thing you can kind of do if your lips are really chapped, because they're turning your whole lip tinted. Whereas if you use a liquid lipstick over like really chapped lips. Plus, if you're using tint, you can put chapstick over top of it later. And if you have really dry lips, you're going to want to do that. Amanda. So once your lips are tinted to where you would like them to be, I am just going to highlight, but I'm not really into like a blinding highlight right now, especially like in these winter months. So I like to take, I guess, like an illuminizer or something like that. And I'm just going to take it from the Hourglass palette So I'm going to take incandescent light, and I am just going to use this little brush and kind of like bring it to the center of my cheeks. And I feel like that just gives me like a little bit of like a glow from within, but not like a blinding like... Sometimes I feel like when I'm too snatched, I almost look too adult, and right now I want to look like a baby.
Do you need any ATB pencils?
Yeah. Thank you. She's natural, she's healthy, she's in the cold. Burr. So for hair, I am just going to do something pretty easy. It works with my length. My hair is still wet from the shower, so I'm just gonna blow it out a little bit. So I could finish here, but one thing I noticed that when I wear like a really big scarf or a turtleneck is that I get kind of a knot situation in my nape. And today I am just going to braid my hair really simply, super simply. And that is just to accommodate that knot situation. So I'm going to divide my hair in two, and then I'm going to braid the hair down and then put the hair up. It's pretty simple. Okay, now that your hair is braided, of course, you can always go in and kind of mush around the braid to make it a little bigger. What you're going to want to do is pull the hair up and just see how you want to pull it. If you want to pull it forward and then up, if that gives you the volume you like. If you want to pull it back and up, if that gives you the volume you like. I think pulling this side forward and up looks pretty. And then using bobby pins, I'm just going to be almost like threading the braid through the bobby pin to stick it to the head. So putting the bobby pin in and then pushing it against the head, almost like sewing a needle, and just hiding it inside of the braid. That's why I mentioned if I had blonde bobby pins, they would hide better in my hair. Just because my roots are dark, but then my ends are light. So you can still kind of see the bobby pins, but if you don't care, I don't care. And I just need a few more bobby pins. I only gave myself 4. Hold on. So I'm pulling this elastic all the way to the edge of the braid. And then I'm going to take a bobby pin, hook it on the edge there, and I'm gonna hide this. This is Hold Me from Design Me. And I'll just let that dry before I pick at it again, and I'm just going to blow dry my bangs a little more smooth. After that is done, I like to hold a mirror up to another mirror. And then once I do that, I will take pieces from the back here and just pull them out. I already did that, but you can kind of just keep pulling and pulling until you have a round shape instead of like flat up here. So you can pull some of those pieces out. After I did that, just to re-hide my elastics, if you have clear elastics, it shouldn't be a problem. 2 more steps. So like I said earlier, I don't like to put on a ton of eye makeup when I'm going to be out in the cold for an extended period of time because I know that my eyes water. So I do like to pair my cold weather looks with glasses. These are very dirty. And then from there, I usually top everything off with a circle scarf. So I like this big one. I feel like since I'm wearing a turtleneck, I won't lose a ton of the heat that you lose with a circle scarf. And just for fun, I'm going to put in a pair of clip-on earrings. I've been playing with these lately. a dazzler. So this is my finished look. I smell nice, I'm ready to be out in the cold, I can put my hood up, and I know that my hair is still done. Got my jacket on that is a nice brown color that matches, I feel like, all of the neutrals, the brown of my hair, the lightness of the lipstick and the makeup. So this is how I kind of get ready to be outside and still make an impression and still like feel like myself and not like just a giant jacket. Hey everyone, it is VoiceOver Quicken. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please feel free to hit the like button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And don't forget to subscribe. It is absolutely free. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at QuietCoolKid if you'd like to see more behind the scenes. And I love you very much. Goodbye.